Hey, my name is Angela. I'm one of the nurse practitioners here at Dermablue in Asheville, North Carolina. I would start at the beginning of an appointment, introduce myself, let the patient know that I'm going to evaluate their face from their forehead to their neck to see where they have volume loss in the temples, mid-face volume loss with their fat pads and their collagen loss in their cheeks, and also if they need more structure and facial balancing with their chin or their jawline during an assessment. The first thing I would recommend is mid-face restoration. If I looked at like your face, for instance, I would see if you've lost collagen in the mid-face is this area here, and it's called the zygomatic arch, the anterior and lateral zygomatic area. We use Voluma. Voluma adds structure and support and lifts the mid-face where you get volume loss after the age of 35 when you age. So depending on your age and how much volume loss and collagen loss you have, depends on how many syringes you would need. With Voluma, it's a more structured, thicker filler that holds lift. It lifts up from the bone out. We inject it down to the bone, to the dermal area, and it lifts the area. So that's where we get mid-face lift. Depending on your age, you could take 1 to 2 syringes on each side, or 1 milliliter each. The next filler I like to reiterate we can do, in addition to the mid-face with Voluma, is the temple area, the chin, and the mid-face. So depending on which area determines how much filler you need in each area. Nasolabial fold area, which is here, and the marionette area, which is here, depending on how much collagen loss you have at the mid-face, determines how much we would need of Ultra Plus XC or Velour. These two fillers move easier. They're not as thick as the Voluma for the mid-face, and they allow more movement with the face, so they don't migrate. So they're softer. So when we put those two, Velour and Ultra Plus XC, which is all Juvederm products, but these two help with softening nasolabial fold lines and softening marionette lines. And depending on your age, you could use a 1/2 to 1 syringe on each side of each of these fillers. For the lip area, we have different kinds of lips. Some people have very thin lips. Some people have the M-shaped lip where you don't have much volume, but they dip in at the top. Some people have just very thin lips. Depending on your amount of volume in your lips and the amount of volume, plump, and definition you want to the lips determines what kind of filler you would want. Volbella is a softer filler. If someone says, I don't want to look like I have filler and I have lines around my mouth, that's around this area, not in the wet to dry border or the vermilion border, around the lip is where you would put the Volbella. Volbella adds soft and it's flexible, so it's very soft and it's very a thinner filler that helps add a little bit of softness to those perioral wrinkles around the mouth, and it adds a little bit of softness to the lips. And it's a hydrophilic filler, so it adds volume by absorbing water, so it helps to soften the lips, soften those lip lines, and gives you a subtle look. And some people need lip lines treated with the Volbella, plus they want a little volume and a little plumpness to their wet to dry border of their lips or their lip tissue. So you would add like Volbella for lip lines around the lips, and then you would add Ultra XC to give yourself more volume, more plump, and a larger size lip. And if you have more M-shaped lips or thinner lips, it would hold your shape better because it's a little thicker, but it gives you more volume and more plump than a Volbella would. So some people would like more volume and plump. So if you're over 45, you may take 1 to 2 syringes of the Ultra XC, depending on your volume loss and the size you want and the plumpness of the lips you want. And if you had lip lines or the corners of your lip turned down, you would want Volbella to add smoothness and smoother texture and less visible lip lines that are more superficial. And then our last filler that we provide here is for people after we've restored this temple area and the mid face with Voluma, and we've added Velour or Ultra Plus XC to the nasolabial fold and marionette line, and after we've helped with the lips, some people want Volux. Volux mimics bone. So if someone wants a more defined jawline, men usually like a 90-degree angle jawline, so we would put 1 to 2 syringes on each side of their jawline to give you more definition. Now, when we first add it, it'll look like a line or a soft filler appearance underneath the skin, but as it hardens, it mimics bone and it gives you more defined jawline for those men that want a more defined jawline. Now, for women, we want more of a hockey puck look to the jawline, a more soft, like the bottom of a heart shape. So we would do 1 to 2 Volux to give them more definition, especially if they have jawling at the marionette area, to kind of give them more definition here and more definition at the gonial angle here. And they would take 1 to 2 syringes on each side depending on their volume loss. And that is our full facial balancing with our Juvederm fillers. Sorry, I was trying to do it all at once, but that's full facial balancing with all of our Juvederm fillers. And I know that sounds like a lot of filler, but this gives you more of a natural look if we do it in that order.